Honorable Men Discord. Sha'Carri Richardson apologizes to her boyfriend. Let's talk about it.
How you see yourself is how you perceived. I see a man strong, gifted, head strapping, never down on his knees, begging. Gotta make a way, even in my darkest hour. Say the odds against me was new. I would never cower.
As always, welcome back to another episode. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and by all means, join the conversation in the comments. So, just to follow up with the first episode that I did on this whole arrest, where Sha'Carri Richardson was taken to jail. Yes, she was taken to jail, not prison. And those who know. She was taken to jail because she was seen on camera shoving her boyfriend, who's also a track runner. His name is Christian. So I didn't get a chance to follow up with it since that video where they showed the body cam footage of her being arrested. So I have that queued up for those of you that haven't seen it, which I'm sure there aren't many of you that have not seen that. But just in case you have not seen that, I have that queued up along with her apology, right? And then we'll talk about it further. So let's get first into the body cam footage of when she was arrested.
Who was talking to you? Was there someone talking to you?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Dead.
Talk to her. She's been drinking?
So this is the position that Christian called me, puts me into, okay? Because he's a coward, and I don't want anything to do with him at this point going forward. My name is Sha'Carri Richardson. Have no problem with letting you know who I am. Haven't put my hands on him. We had an argument. I will be honest about that. An argument, and that's pretty much it.
I just want to get your side.
Okay, absolutely. You can ask him whatever you need to ask him. But yeah, you're a coward.
Is it Sha'Carri?
Sha'Carri.
Sha'Carri.
Thank you so much, Sha'Carri
Hey,
Richardson.
Sha'Carri.
And I'm going to do my part so you can do your best, document everything. I would never.
You
still put your hands. I'm under arrest right now? What am I under arrest for? Christian, are you serious right now? Okay. I didn't assault him though.
We have video cameras.
I literally was we were having an argument. I'm not resisting, so you don't have to do it harder. Christian, are you serious right now? Christian.
State, he doesn't get a say.
But I understand. We were arguing. But I understand entirely. We were arguing. Okay, I'm not gonna resist. But I'm telling you that we was arguing. I didn't assault him. I didn't do anything wrong. But the fact that your guys are doing this to me and he's the man in the situation, I'm gonna comply. Christian, are you serious right now?
Alright.
Christian, I'm about to go to jail because of you right now. You know what? Okay.
Yep.
Okay. I will never you again. Ever.
You gotta go this way.
Okay. Can we please, hold these, protect the shoulders or something? This is, completely unacceptable. Can I at least pay for bail? I cannot bail out? Can I at least take the clothes off in the back seat, please? I'm not gonna resist y'all.
Is your name Miss Richardson?
My name is Sha'Carri Richardson.
Do you have any weapons on you?
No, I don't have anything. You can take my hat off. I don't have anything on me.
So I'm just giving you a transport vehicle.
Can you please take these off?
Unfortunately not, ma'am.
I'm not a criminal.
I know you're not, but
I'm not a criminal. I had an argument with my boyfriend.
Can you take a seat in the car, please?
You know what? I'm not resisting y'all. I will sit in the car. This is crazy. Y'all not even listening to me. I do. You want me to take it off? It's not a weapon. I'm not resisting.
Take a seat.
I had to argue with my boyfriend. Can y'all please just listen to me as a person? It's Sha'Carri.
You have to go ahead and.
This is crazy. Are you serious right now? Because I argue with my boyfriend.
Miss Richardson.
I'm
So one thing,
asking
just
you.
one thing.
I just argue with my boyfriend.
One thing. I just want
What
to
do you
know.
need me to do?
So they searched you out here, okay? Once we go to the jail facility, they're gonna search you again. If there's anything that they missed, it might be considered a
I don't
felony
have
under the-
anything
Okay, I
on
just
me
wanna
but
give
my
you the opportunity.
corset.
Okay, all right.
I'm letting you know right now. I have
Okay.
shoes on and my corset. I don't have
I
any
don't hear
weapons
you out,
or
okay? I just need
anything.
you to just be calm. For me, I know
But
it's
I'm
a
not
bad
scared.
situation.
I had to argue with my boyfriend.
I
I was taking
wasn't
me
there.
to jail.
I'm just gonna try and help you.
Y'all gonna take me to jail because I argue with my
All right, first thing I want to say is initially she admitted, she's like, I have to admit, I had an argument, and I think she said she put hands on him, but she brushed over it as if it was just a, it was a short moment of putting her hands on him, which from video we can see it happened multiple times, right? So let me just see if I could get it to that point when she spoke on, where she actually took accountability, somewhat, right?
Sha'Carri Richardson, have no problem with letting you know who I am. Having put my hands on him. We had an argument. I will be honest about that. An argument.
She said, I kind of put my hands on him. So, slight accountability, right? Let's say that again.
About that, an argument, and that's pretty much it.
I just want to get your side.
No, pretty much it. Hold on a second. Let's go back.
That, an argument, and that's pretty much it.
I just want to get your side.
Okay,
So that's why I'm
absolutely. Have no problem with letting you know who I am. Having put my hands on him. We had an argument. I will be honest about that. An argument, and that's pretty much it.
I just want to get your side.
Okay,
So that's why
absolutely.
I'm
You can
asking
ask him whatever you need to ask him. But yeah, you're a coward.
Is it
All right, so there was slight accountability, and even in the presence of police officers, and I'm sure she's aware that there's body cams. Aside from the fact that you did what you did inside of an airport with cameras, now the police officers are in front of you and there's a body cam. So you say you still have confidence, and she had that kind of confidence. She had that kind of confidence, I could only assume, because she's a female and she thought this was going to play out in her favor because she's a female. Could we all agree on that? Because she's a female, she just figured it's going to go my way, not his way, because he's the man. And the reason why we know she had that confidence because she's a female is because she stated it herself, right?
Sha'Carri.
Let me get to that point where she stated it herself. When it started to go left,
I'm under arrest right now? What am I under arrest for? Christian, are you serious right now? Okay. I didn't assault him though.
We have video cameras.
I literally we were having an argument. I'm not resisting, so you don't have to do a argument.
I didn't assault him. And there's cameras in the airport. But you know, I like to be specific. So just to be specific, an assault. What is an assault? And I know some of you are like, really? But we got to do this. In legal terms, assault generally refers to an intentional act that causes another person to fear imminent, harmful, or offensive contact. Right? Her shoving Christian was an offensive contact. So yes, it falls under assault. Was Christian fearful of imminent harmful, fear of imminent harmful or offensive contact? I don't think he was fearful of her contact. I think he was just mindful. Unlike her, he was mindful of the fact that we're in a public place. He knows there's cameras, and he wasn't going to push her back. Christian's smart. Plus, I don't think it's in him to do that, but I don't know him personally. But he was smart enough to know I'm not going to retaliate in no shape, form, or fashion. Because believe me, Christian would have been in the cop car along with her. Not the same cop car, but he would have been in the cop car going to jail. So it goes on to say it's not necessarily about physical contact, but rather the threat of it. This can include verbal threats or actions that make someone reasonably fear they are about to be attacked. Some jurisdictions, like California, define assault as an unlawful attempt coupled with the present ability to commit a violent injury on another person. So I had to read that because some of you all out there may not see this as an assault. Some people may look at it as assault as when someone has a black and blue eye, but you making contact and making a person feel uncomfortable is assault. You shouldn't even be touching a person, regardless if that's your significant other or not. All right, she was shoving him around like she had no respect for him. All right, let's get to that video. He's wheeling his luggage away from her, trying not to engage. So she apologized, and this is her written apology on social media. I'll just leave it up for a few seconds for those of you to read that. This is her written apology. Is it sincere? I don't know. I don't know her personally. but I could appreciate that she's apologizing publicly. And then finally, we have her video apology. So let's get into this, and I'm gonna speak on my thoughts on her apology.
Hey y'all, it's Sha'Carri, and more than anything, definitely a lot of self-reflection, a lot of understanding of not only putting myself in a compromised situation, but somebody that I have a deep care and appreciation for as well is something that holding myself accountable. I see myself, I'm taking this time to not only see myself, but get myself a certain level of help that overall is going to reflect who I truly am in my heart and my spirit, and not allowing this moment, but accepting this moment to be more. And so my only thing is I want to be more, not even just for myself, for my family, for my fans, and overly appreciate y'all supporting me and showing up and even holding me accountable to being my best self. So more than anything, I refuse to my family, for my fans, and overly appreciate y'all supporting me and showing up and even holding me accountable to being my best self. So more than anything, I refuse to run away, but not refuse to run, but I refuse to run away, but face everything that comes to me head on, because everything on the other side is greater, but you got to go through in order to get there. So I'm Sha'Carri, y'all. I appreciate y'all, and one love, much love, and y'all be blessed. Hey y'all, it's Sha'Carri.
All right. So my thoughts on this is the same as my thoughts on the first video that I used to cover this, which I will attach at the end of this. My thoughts remain the same. All right. Is she honestly apologizing to her boyfriend? I don't have a clue. Does it sound good? It sounds good. But we've seen Diddy make an apology. We've seen a lot of people make apologies, and I don't know whether or not she's sincere or not. I don't know that. What I do know and what I stand on is what I said in my first video when covering this incident. She needs, first of all, let me give her some credit. This is not a bash Sha'Carri Richardson episode. So before anyone jumps in the comments like, yo, leave her alone, let her live. She's young, she needs to go through her ups and downs. We get it. I got it. I overstand. What I'm saying is, this goes for men and women also. Like I said in my first video, that some of the things I say applies to men and women also. So for men, for women, if you have rage, if you have issues you need to work on, making a public apology is nice, right? It's nice. Taking accountability for your actions whilst making the public apology is nice. It's a start. But you don't snap your finger, make an apology, and I'm ready to go. I'm a changed person, Christian. I'm speaking as if I'm her, Christian, come back in my life. It doesn't work like that. And it wouldn't work that way even if it was Christian that was pushing her. When you're in these type of relationships that turn physical, what's the plan of action to correct your previous behavior? An apology is a start, but it's not the end-all, be-all. I'm going to say that again. An apology is the start, but it's not the end-all, be-all, which means you have to put in work. You know, the thing that most people don't like doing unless it's conducive to what they're into. In her case, the same type of work you put into track and field to prepare for races and meets, you have to do that within your relationship. The apologies is a start. I applaud her for that. But now you got to put in that work. What type of counseling are you going to be scheduled to do? And you don't have to make that known for the public. That's not public information. The public doesn't need to know everything. They need to know that you're a track star, right? Because that's how you make a living for yourself. But to know details as to how you plan to get your mind right, it's none of their business. It's none of my business. But I hope she's putting in that work. I hope she's scheduling sessions, if she hasn't already, to better herself in that regard. Put in work to make the relationship work. And that's if Christian even wants to still be with her. I don't even know whether or not Christian's still with her or if he never left her, because she said what she said. I didn't rewind back on that in the first episode, but she went from in the presence of the cop saying, you know, he's a coward. Clearly she was still heated in the moment, so I give her the grace on that. And then she said, I'll never mess with you. She was speaking as though Christian wanted to see her go to prison. I'm sorry, go to jail. She was speaking as though she wanted, as though he wanted her to go to jail, which wasn't the case based on a video that I did on him speaking on it. He didn't want to go to jail, her to go to jail, but unfortunately for her, she did all of that under the camera of a airport. So she sealed her own fate with going to jail. That had nothing to do with whether or not Christian wanted to press charges or not. They made up their mind. She conducted herself in a fashion that was against what the airport condones. But that's all I have to say on this. She has to put in work. An apology is fine, you know, to start, but she has to put in that work. Is she putting in that work? I don't know. But if she is, then I think it's fine to see how it plays out with enough time of putting in the work. I still stand on what I said in the first video. I don't even think he should be dealing with her until she's proven over a length of time that she's making the changes, and she's showing and proving that she's making changes. But just an apology and then you jump back in the relationship. For those of you dealing with people who are disrespectful to you verbally and physically, and they're not putting in any work, you don't need to be with them. Regardless if you believe what I'm saying is true, stick around long enough and see whether or not the relationship improves with no work put into place. Stick around long enough and see if it doesn't escalate in a negative way, which more than not, like I said in the first video, it escalates in a negative way. So that's my thoughts on this. What's your thoughts? I'll see you in the comments. As always, I appreciate everyone for tuning in. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, tell a friend to tell a friend. I drop episodes daily, 5 p.m. Eastern time. Stay honorable.